Hi, I'm Kamla, continuing the previous video of how to convert given regular expression to DFA. Okay, in the previous video, we constructed the nullable positions for the given syntax tree. Now, I'm constructing a first position and last position for the given nodes. Okay, so before going to the first position and last position to the given nodes, first of all, give the numberings to the child nodes or the nodes what we have in a syntax tree. Okay, so after numbering, the child nodes in the syntax tree is represented as here I given a number 1 for A and B I given number 2 and for this as symbol I given number 3. So these numbers are given according to the augmented grammar what the numbers you are given in the same order. Give the numbers to the syntax tree. Here my first symbol in the grammar is 1, next symbol is 2, next symbol is 3. Okay, so these are the child nodes. So like that only I given the numbers. So once numberings are over, then here I'm trying to construct in the first position and last position. Before going to first position and last position, so first of all, here once again we'll recall the rules of first position and last position. Okay, if the node, the child node or the node is of nullable, means epsilon means null value, then its first position is null, its last position is also null. If node is I, here the node is I means the node contains some symbol, then its first position is that symbol itself, last position is also symbol itself. If node is R node, means it contains left node or right node. Okay, so in that cases, the first position can be represented as first position of C1 union first position of C2. If it is R node, then its first position can be represented or calculated as first position union first position of C1 union first position of C2. And similarly, for its last node can be calculated as last position of C1 union last position of C2. So remember carefully, if the node is R node, its first position is union of left child and right child, and last position is also union of left child and right child. And if the node is of cat node, then remember the rule carefully. Then if nullable of C1 means if the left child is nullable value, then first position of C1 union first position of C2. Otherwise, directly write first position of C1. And similarly, coming to the last question, if right child is nullable, here the left child is nullable, here the right child is nullable, then last position of C1 union last position of C2. Otherwise, directly write last position of C2. And similarly, if the node is of cat node, then the node is of star node, then it's first position of C1 and last position is last position of C1. Okay, so this is about rules to construct first position and last position. So remember these rules. Using these rules only I'm constructing is first position and last position of given nodes in a syntax tree. Okay, so here I'm trying to constructing first position and last position. Here observe carefully. Here I have a node. So this A node value in the previous tree I given number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. So if the node is having value I, okay, according to the rule, its first position is I, last position is also I. I means here what? 1. Means what? First position is 1, last position is also 1. And similarly come to the node 2. Its first position is 2, last position is also 2. And similarly coming to node 3. Its first position is 3, last position is also 3. So this first position and last position give for that particular node, left side is first position, right side of that node last position. And similarly for this node also, give left is first position, right is last position. For this node also, first position, last position. Same thing I did here. Here I have a node 1 and its first position is 1, its last position is also 1. And for this particular node 2, first position is 2, last position is also 2. And for this particular node 3, first position is 3, last position is also 3. So according to the first rule I constructed first position and last position. Means what? If the node is of I, and similarly here I have a node is of R node. If the node is R node, what is the formula we have? If the node is R node, first position of C1 union first position of C2, last position of C1 union last position of C2. Same thing I did here. Here the node is R node. If it is R node, then first this is the C1 node, this is the C2 node. Remember carefully, this one is C1, 2 is C2. Okay, if the node is R node, then first position of C1 union first position of C2. First position of C1 is 1, first position of C2 is 2. So the union of these these two nodes are 1 comma 2. And similarly the last position of this node is last position of C1 union last position of C2. So last position of C1 is 1 and last position of C2 is also 2. So 1 comma 2. So this is the first position and last position of this R node. And now here I am constructing star node first position and last position. Before constructing it, once again we'll check our rule for star node. If it is a star node, so star node means it contains single node. It doesn't contain left child and right child. It contains only one child. Because of that, its first position of C1, last position can be represented as last position of C1. Here we did same thing. So this is my star node. Its first position is what? First position of C1. Its last position is what? Last position of C1. So because of that, the star node first position is 1, 2 and star node is last position is 1, 2. Over. Now I'm constructing first position and last position to this cat node. How to construct first position and last position to the cat node? Once again we'll check our rule. Okay, if it is a cat node, if nullable of C1, first left child is nullable, then only first position of C1 union first position of C2. Otherwise, first position of C1. And similarly, if right child is nullable, then last position of C1 union last position of C2. Otherwise, last position of C2. Here, this is a cat node. So if this cat node, this is a C1 node and this is a C2 node. So according to the rule, cat node, if C1 node is nullable, as nullable because here is given true. If C1 is nullable, then what is the formula is given? First position of C1 union, first position of C2. So first position of C1 is what? 1 comma 2. First position of C2 is what? 3. So the union of these two sets are 1 comma 2 comma 3. And next coming to this C2, and here I am calculating last position. So check this, last position is last position of C2. This is last position of C2. Is nullable? No, it is a false. So whenever it is a false, then directly what is the rule is given? Check once again. Here, if nullable of C2, yes, C2 is not a nullable, then last position of C2. So here last position of C2 is what? This is C2, this is first position, this is last position. So last position of C2 is 3. So this is the construction of first position and last position. Okay, so once first position and last position is over, then according to our rules, so here I constructed augmented grammar, syntax tree is also over, nullable position is over, first position, last position is over. Now I'm constructing the fourth rule. Fourth rule is nothing but a construct follow position. Now how to construct the follow position? Okay, so these are the rules to construct the follow position. So what are the rules we have to construct this follow position? To construct follow positions, we are considering only two nodes in the entire tree. One is the star node, another one is the cat node. Okay, if it is a star node, first position of C1 follows last position of C1. Remember carefully. If it is a star node, first position of left child values follows its right child last position of C1. Because star node contains only one node, that's why its first position of C1 follows last position of C1. And if it is a cat node, last position of C1 follows first position of C2. So these are the two rules to construct the follow position. Okay, now we'll construct follow positions to our syntax tree. So this is the tree after constructing first position and last position. So here I can calculate follow position only to the star node and cat node. For the remaining nodes, here we are not considering. According to the rules, we should consider follow position to the star node and cat node. Okay, if it is a star node, what is the rule is given? If it is a star node, first position of C1 follows last position of C1. Observe here carefully. This is my star node. This is its first node. This is its last node. So this first position of C1 follows last position of C1, means 1 follows 1 and 1 follows 2. Similarly, 2 follows 1, 2 follows 2. Okay, so these two values follows these two values according to the star node. Now for cat node, how to construct follow position to the cat node? Once again we'll check our rule. For cat node, last position of C1 follows first position of C2, because for cat node we consist of left child and right child. Assume left child is nothing but a C1, assume right child is nothing but a C2, means last position of C1 follows the first position of C2. That is for cat node. So okay, for this is my cat node. So according to the cat node, last position of C1. So this is the last position of C1. So this is C1 node, this is the C2 node. For this C1 I have first position and last position. For this C2 also I have first position and last position. So simply remember, for cat node, last position of C1 follows the first position of C2. Means what? 1 follows 3, 2 follows 3. So this is the calculation of follow position for cat node and star node. Okay, same thing here I written in my table. Okay, okay, so this is about my first position and last position. Now here, then after completion of this first position, last position, follow position, then I'm constructing the DFA. Okay, now before going to this DFA, first of all we'll write here one table. I'll draw one table. Okay, here before constructing this table, first of all identify how many number of nodes you have in a given syntax tree. Here I have A, B and dollar. So for that, give A is 1, A is represented as 1 and B is represented as 2 and Ash is represented as 3. And here I am writing my follow position, and here I am writing the node value. Okay, node 1. First, the node 1 is, I'm constructing follow position is, here the node 1 is nothing but my star node. Star node means what? Node 1 follows 1 and 2. Same thing here I written 1 comma 2. And similarly, according to the star node, node 2 follows 1 and 2. Same thing here I written 1 comma 2. And according to the cat node, this 1 follows 3, 2 is also follows 3, means 1 follows 3 and this 2 is also follows 3. And for this, this 3 is nothing but a hash node. It doesn't contain any values. Okay, so once this table is over, then we should draw the DFA. Before going to constructing this DFA, first of all, assume the number of tuples what we have in DFA. So the DFA consists of these following 5 tuples: Q, delta, summation, delta, Q naught, F. Here Q represents the number of states in the DFA, and this summation represents the input values, and this delta represents transition, how it is going to moving from one state to another state. This Q naught represents the initial state. This F represents the final state. Okay, so here Q naught is the root node. In my syntax tree, take the root node. The root node is nothing but a 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Q naught is the root node and its value can be represented as 1, 2, 3. Here observe, mom, here we have 2 root nodes and 1, 2, 3 and 3. Okay, so we can consider only the left child. So select only the 1, 2, 3. Don't go for this right child. Okay, so left child is 1, 2, 3. Consider it is the root node. Okay, so once initial state is over, now I'm going to constructing the transitions. How to construct this transition? Delta of 1 comma this values 1 comma 2 comma 3, and check the input. How many inputs you have in your syntax tree? A and B. Only 2 inputs. So this value with A I'm moving. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 with A. First of all, consider 1 with A. 1 with A. 1 with A. So which is going to the follow position is called node 1. Okay, here for this node, we can also represent it as one node is nothing but A, and 2 node is represented as B, and this 3 is represented as ash. Okay, so that it is clear for you. Okay, here I'm constructing constructing the transition for all the inputs with A. So 1 with A, 1 with A. What is the state you are going to following? 1, 2, 3. So because of that, follow position of 1, I have a 1, 2, 3. And similarly go for 2 with input A. 2 with input A, do you have any state 2 with A? No, we have 2 with B. So this value is null value. And 3 with A, 3 with A. So 3 with A, do you have any input? No. 3 with hash we have. So the 2 and 3 values are null value. For 1 with A, we have a state is called 1, 2, 3. Because of that, here I written 1, 2, 3. And similarly, for the same state, I'm constructing the transition with input B. Okay, delta of 1, 2, 3 comma B. Again go for 1 with B. 1 with B, do you have any state? No, I have 1 with A. So this value is represented as null. And then I have a 2 with B. 2 with B, what is the state you have? 1, 2, 3. 2 with B is nothing but a follow position is 1, 2, 3. Then go for 3 with B. Do you have 3 with B? No. 3 with hash we have. So if you have any value, then go for union of those values. But here I don't have any value. So that finally follow position of 2 is nothing but a 1, 2, 3. Remember carefully, this state with input A are moving to same state. This state with input B are moving to same state. Now here the DFA can be represented as the state is 1, 2, 3 with input A going to itself and B is also going to itself. Okay, so this is about the construction of DFA from a given regular expression. Thank you. This is very, very important for your final examination point of view.